Okay.
All right, everybody. This is Lamis Elsawah. She graduated 5 years ago. Lamis, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name. I always called you
It's
Lamis.
okay. It
So,
always gets butchered. It's fine.
well, why don't you say it for us?
Okay. Al-Sawah is how you say it in Arabic, but Al-Sawah
Elsawah?
is fine. Yeah.
Elsawah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing my best. So, Lamis graduated 5 years ago. And can I say one of the things, and it's the first thing I said to you, I think you have a different scarf for every day of the year. It's like a fashion statement. I've never seen you repeat your scarf.
I did it. I like to leave some distance between them.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Yeah, but it's good to see you. So Lamis went to Penn, graduated, 19, so about a year ago, and then went to London, went to London, the Imperial College of London. But then with COVID, now you're stuck back in KOP like everybody else, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So why don't you talk about college? You could talk about London. Why don't you go on for a little bit here?
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I'll start from the beginning. I applied early decision to Penn, and so I ended Mr. Enters. I don't know if I think he's still the college counselor at the high school, right?
Mr. Enters, yeah.
Yeah, he was a great help.
Yeah.
And so then, yeah, I ended up applying to Penn and Drexel, and then I applied early action, early decision, and I was done because I knew by December. And I think early decision applications are still open. I think they are end in November. So if anyone's interested or needs help, let me know. I have time right now. So yeah, I ended up spending 4 years at Penn. I studied bioengineering with a concentration in medical devices and minored in engineering, entrepreneurship, and math, which I know sounds like a mouthful, but like over the course of 4 years, I won't say it's easy, but if you plan your schedule, you can manage to get all this. I have some friends who did their master's and their undergrad in 4 years, which was I couldn't do that. But some people I know did that, but that was mainly with the help of AP credits. But beside the point, one thing I will say about college, now that you guys are kind of getting in the, stream of applying and stuff like that, is one thing that Mr. Kozel told me in high school that I took with me actually on for the rest of my life. And so when I was at the high school, APUSH was the hardest class. I think it's changed a little bit since then with the AP exam changing based off of what he told me, but it was definitely the hardest class I took at the high school. And actually it really does compare to college level courses. And so one thing that he always told me particularly was how to maintain balance, and you have to have balance in your life. And so I took that with me to college. And so one thing I will say is college is obviously meant to get an education, and I always had that in the back of my mind, but at the same time, and some people can take it too far and have too much fun in college, but I think there is a balance, and sometimes I could get roped into studying all the time, especially freshman year, but I implemented making sure I always had a day off every single week, even if I had an exam. And when I look back at college, you remember some of the sleepless nights and whatever, but what you really remember is the relationships and friendships you made. And so my favorite thing about college was I literally met my best friend after being randomly assigned as roommates. And to this day, we're best friends. And so I think that's one of my favorite things that I got out of Penn. And I think a lot of people will tell you that the friendships you make in college are one of the most long-lasting things. And so, yeah, that is something I would definitely make a point is like, you're there for school, but also make sure that you try to enjoy your life, but also on the other hand, don't take advantage of that and party all the time. Yeah, and so then I ended up applying to do my master's in London. And as you guys know, COVID kind of put a wrench in those plans a little bit, but I was there till March. And so I got to enjoy myself a little bit and travel a little bit because I didn't get to study abroad in undergrad because in engineering, it's hard. That was kind of my opportunity to study abroad. And so I did medical device design and entrepreneurship, which is very niche, but that was my concentration and my minor combined into one degree. And I just defended my thesis on Monday, so I am officially done. Well, once I get my grade, I'll be really done, but like I'm done.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What? So I'm going to ask a naive question. What would be a medical device? I mean, I don't know. I'm picturing what the surgeon uses, or I have a hip replacement.
Yes, that
Is that a medical device?
Yes. So there's a wide variety of medical devices. Like, for example, my thesis was on a stem cell injection device, AKA a fancy syringe. So like down to a syringe is a medical device. So, and then all the way to like hip replacement, what are they called? Hip inserts, like the ball and socket. That's a medical device. Orthotics are medical devices. Surgical robots. Yes, there's a wide variety.
Okay. And you wrote to me that you're going to start working at Johnson & Johnson, or you have an internship. Yes. Or yeah, where's that going to be?
So that's outside of Boston. I interned there last summer, but I'll be working in their medical device division in spine in January. Probably remote, let's be honest, but yeah.
Yeah, probably. So that's cool. So I guess, well, when you say probably remote, you're still going to move up there? Or do you think you might be stuck? I
have no idea.
I shouldn't say stuck in KOP, because you're in a room of 20 people who are all stuck in KOP, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
I got one more question about money, because when I was in college, I had to get away from home. But for me, I had to move 2 hours south from Scranton to Philadelphia. I went to St. Joe's. Mm-hmm. But I had no desire to go overseas. Did you, where else were you looking? Did you just want the experience of going overseas and going to another country, or, what's that like?
Yeah, I was actually only looking at London, mainly because of the language.
Oh, okay.
To be like practical, honestly. And I had been to London my freshman year of high school, and I really liked it. And so I was drawn to London. I will definitely say that the education system is definitely different. I would not go there for undergrad. I think the education system in the US is superior. I think when it comes to specializing in grad school, it's a little bit of a different story. But yeah, I wanted to travel. I got to go to Belgium and Paris, and then I was supposed to go to Milan, Dublin, and Scotland, and those were all canceled because of COVID. But like, yeah, the ability to go anywhere, like just taking a train ride or like a 1 hour flight that costs you $20, like you can't do that in the US. And so I wanted to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that once you're in Europe,
it's so cheap.
It's kind of like skipping around our own country, right?
Yeah.
Provided you have a passport, you could rip around to a lot of countries in a shorter period of time.
Yeah. An American passport's valuable. Well, at least it was then. Good to know. I don't know about us being blocked now from countries, but yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Lamis, I got 20 seniors here. Does anybody, before I shut this down, does anybody have a question about school, Penn, transitioning to college, London, COVID, anything at all? All right. Well, we have everybody's kind of tired here on a Friday, Lamis. It's been a long week of looking at Brady Bunch screens. So I'm going to say
bad for you guys.
I'm going to say thanks for joining me so early.
No, thank you.